And make sure that you're planning out your time. Make sure that you're planning out how you're spending your money. And even when it comes to what you're putting your efforts towards, your energy, because, in 2025, none of us have um, any time to waste, any money to waste, nor any energy to waste. I know I don't. So make sure that you have a plan in place. Hello, guys. This is Chiquita Robertson, and I wanted to jump on just to do a quick video. I actually wanted to do this the other day, but life is happening. So I did not have the time that I wanted to really jump on and do a live. So this is better time than any to do so. The reason I wanted to jump on and do a live is because there's just confirmation that's happening around me as things that the Lord is sharing with me and things that I've even shared with you all over the past um, several weeks and even months, to be honest. Even before the end of the year, there were things that I was sharing with you all of what's coming down the pipeline, and a lot of this stuff has already happened. So on the other day, I became reminded of some things that I shared with you all a few weeks ago. 5 financial tips for 2025. There was one particular thing I shared in those 5 tips that keeps coming up that I'm hearing other people beginning to say. And just to kind of recap, the 5 financial tips for 2025 that I shared a few weeks ago were: number 1, don't panic. Don't make haste decisions, because typically when you make a haste decision, you're going to make a mistake. So don't panic. Even though you're seeing so much chaos and things happen around you, don't panic, okay? Don't make haste decisions. The next thing is to get in God's presence. Make sure that if you're not doing anything, you are getting in his presence, because in his presence there's safety. In his presence, there's counsel. He's going to tell you what to do. He's going to lead and guide you. When you're in his presence, the anointing of the Lord will flow on you to where if something approaches you that's not good and you're like, the Holy Ghost is going to equip you. The Spirit of the Lord is going to say, don't move with that, or go ahead and move forward. You need to get in his presence. And just to give you an example, when I did that video, I actually talked about something that I was presented with right before I did that video, and I was uneasy about it. But it was the Spirit of the Lord along with godly counsel. So if you're not sure about something, get counsel, get advice, people that have wisdom, that hear from God, see what they have to say. But when you're in his presence, his Spirit is going to lead you how to move, okay? So I did move forward with something I was presented with, and actually it was in stock. And, I was kind of wavering about it. They were really sweetening the deal on it, and I didn't move forward. I just didn't feel right moving forward. But let me tell you something, that stock dropped. So I'm looking to now go ahead and probably purchase some more of that stock. I had some previously, but because I was led by the Spirit of the Lord, I didn't purchase it. It didn't feel right. So I want to encourage you all to get in his presence. Number 3 on the 5 financial tips was plan. Make sure that you're getting a plan in place. I've shared with you all the most basic financial plan is a budget. So make sure you have a budget in place, and make sure that you're planning out your time. Make sure that you're planning out how you're spending your money. And even when it comes to what you're putting your efforts towards, your energy, because, in 2025, none of us have any time to waste, any money to waste, nor any energy to waste. I know I don't. So make sure that you have a plan in place. Make sure that you're planted plant. Where are you planted? Make sure that you're planted in the right places. Make sure that you have a church home. Make sure that you are planted in a ministry that is teaching Bible truths, teaching from the Bible, that is biblical based. And it's a place where the Spirit of the Lord is flowing, a place where there are prayer warriors, that they're praying, because we are in a time where you need to be where the Spirit of the Lord is moving, where people are praying and interceding for those that are connected to that ministry. All right. And finally is to persist. Don't give up. Times are going to get hard. And this is something else I want to share with you all. Make sure that you're persisting in your faith. But during this season, and I've mentioned this before, you cannot go by what you see in the natural. This is why it's so key and important that you get closer to God. Because for those that are going by what they see, they're going to panic. They're going to make the wrong decisions. They're going to make mistakes. And this is not a time where you want to make costly mistakes, okay? All right, so make sure that you're being persistent in the things of God, okay? Don't give up. And the reason I wanted to do this video, because the one key word that kept coming up was don't panic, panic. I've heard this a few times, probably over the past couple of days, where I'm hearing people say, don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. Do not panic, okay? And if you feel like you're getting anxious, if you feel like, I don't know what to do, then get in his presence, begin to pray, begin to seek God. Because when you do that, then you're going to have a peace come upon you that is going to lead you, a peace that surpasseth all understanding. God will lead you in his peace, okay? So I want you all to be encouraged, and I want to add an additional P. And this is to position yourself. Right now, there's a lot that's happening. And it was a word that I began to share it with people a few years ago. I said, I can feel it coming. There's about to be a transfer of wealth. And let me tell you all, if you are positioned and ready and you're planted right where you need to be, when the wealth comes, because you're looking at what's happening across the world, people are panicking by what they see in the natural, but they're not realizing what's happening from a spiritual standpoint. There is some shifting that is going on. And let me tell you all, where people are panicking, I'm getting excited because I know that I'm going to be one of the ones that is in a position to where I'm going to receive that wealth as it comes. Okay. So if you want to join with me and get in position, I want to challenge you to do that, okay? So get in position to receive. You may be wondering, Chiquita, how do I get in position? Well, first of all, you follow the 5 Ps. I'll make sure that I put the link to that video in the comments once this posts. I think it may be a way for me to do it now, but I'm going to pull the link to my YouTube channel for that video. And once it's posted, I will put the link for you to be able to watch that video, okay? So make sure that you're getting in position. One of the best ways to get in position, especially during a time like this, is to position yourself in a way to where you're receiving multiple sources of income coming in. Right now, one source is not going to do. And of course, God is our source, but He's given us the power to get wealth. And we need knowledge for that, okay? So you want to make sure that you're positioning yourself to receive the knowledge that you need in order to receive the wealth that's coming, in order to position yourself to not be dependent upon one income. And one of the best ways to do that is to start a business, is to make sure that you have something else that you can do on the side to generate monies. For some of you, you may need to shift your career. You may need to look into something else different. God may be calling you to branch out, to be able to go into a different career. But for many of you, there's things that you can put your hands to do, a business you can start, a side hustle, something that you can do that will generate additional monies. And you may be thinking like, okay, I can probably do something to get a few $100s. Many of you, you're very gifted. Really, to be honest, every person that's probably hearing my voice right now is highly gifted. There is something that you can do and that you can do well. Because let me tell you something. In this economy, the way I'm seeing things happen, people are just putting sloppy work out there. So it really won't take much for you to rise to the top and for you to stand out if you operate with a spirit of excellence, okay? So I want to encourage you all to step out, start a business. And I mentioned this a few weeks ago, that I'm working on a particular product. And I want to say I'm excited that it is finally in place. I've had a lot of back-end issues and kinks I wanted to work through, and everything is finally in place like it should be. So I am going to actually be including that link in this video. So go into the description or the comments and you'll see the link to it. But it is the Business Freedom Course Bundle. And for those of you that are interested in starting a business, in enhancing your business, or doing something different, this course bundle is for you. So I will put the link in the description. Take a look at it. I really want to encourage you all to not give up, to not have anxiety and become despondent or feel like there's no hope. Trust me, as bad as it looks, there is hope. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. I was actually sharing with my husband last night. I said, we were talking about some things and we started getting excited. Actually, this was yesterday. And it was after our church service. And we were talking about the service and just what God was doing. And it was a message on miracles. And we just began to talk and share some different things. And I reminded my husband, I told him, I said, hey, I got an email the other day and the title of the email or something in the subject was a word that my husband had given me, he had been saying, and it was saying that there will be no more delays. And I began to get excited because of the word that I've been sharing with you all, the word that God has been giving me, the word of what we heard in the message yesterday that the pastor taught on, and then even the word that my husband has been sharing. I'm getting excited. There's an excitement in my spirit because I know God is doing something. And for those of you that catch hold to that, He's going to do something in your life. I want to encourage you all to not hang around people that are talking negative, that are, talking like the sky is falling, or, always seeing the glass as half empty. I want you all to begin to encourage yourself. I want you all to begin to get excited. And I want you all to begin to take the necessary steps you need to take to get in position. All right? All right, guys. I hope this video has blessed someone. And until next time, you all be blessed.